Hello and welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya, and this practice is all about the hips, increasing flexibility in the hips. All right, as far as props, you'll need your blocks, maybe only one block, and also have a blanket because we're going to do frog pose, and a blanket can sometimes make that pose a little bit easier. All right, so if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get started in a variation of cat-cow pose. Now for this one, I have my blanket here. Okay, I'm going to extend the left leg out. So your right hip is aligned over your right knee, and we're just going to take some cat-cows right here in this pose. Your wrists under your shoulders. So on an inhale, arch your spine down, gaze up, send your tailbone up. You're going to feel this in that inner left thigh. Exhale, rounding your spine, pressing away from the mat. Continue this at your own pace, inhaling, and on the exhale, send that tailbone down, your top of your head down towards the mat as you press away from the mat. Just moving at your own pace, following your breath. And after your next round, go ahead and return to neutral. All right, and let's go ahead and just take this to the other side before we move into our frog pose. Just warming up the spine a bit and getting into those inner thigh joints, into the inner thighs. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, I like to send my awareness into what I'm feeling in that inner right thigh. And after your next round, return to neutral. And go ahead and bring that knee back in and prepare for frog pose. So for this pose, from your tabletop, you want to allow both your knees to kind of slide open to the degree that feels right for you, okay? Remember, we're going to work our way to our edge, so don't go all the way there, okay? Leave yourself some space to expand. All right, and with your ankles and knees aligned, ankles directly under your knees if possible. Maybe you turn your feet out, your toes out. Come down to your elbows. From here, you may find that you have a little bit more room just to adjust comfortably, maybe to deepen that opening in your thighs. And you're going to slightly press back. So with your forearms down, pressing your hips like down toward the bottom of your mat. And holding here. Feel free to stay up, or you can bring your forehead down, whatever feels the best for you right now. And as you hold the pose, you may find yourself opening a little bit deeper. So just being mindful of what you're feeling and keeping this pose within your edge. Maybe closing your eyes and taking some slow, deep breaths. And to come out of this pose, begin to come back up onto your forearms, pressing up to slide one knee in and then the other. Pressing yourself up, and from here we will transition into our pigeon pose. You can move your blanket out of the way if you like, or leave it there. Now draw that left knee up so that it's somewhere behind your left wrist. Your left foot behind your right hand. It can be in toward your groin, or it can be out a little further. If maybe you can bring your lower leg, your shin parallel to the top of the mat. Just allow your body to move the way that your body needs to move. All right, now adjust your hips so that they're facing the top of the mat evenly. And if you like, you can bring a block to support your left hip on. All right, so once you find the pose, take an inhale, extend up through the spine, and on an exhale, go ahead and come forward down onto your forearms, or all the way, bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. And once again, taking slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. Maybe sending your awareness to any sensation that you may be feeling in that outer left hip joint. And on an inhale, go ahead and begin to press yourself up. And from here, we're going to remove the block if you had one there. And we're just going to roll back onto that left hip. And I'm going to turn around. We're going to come into half butterfly pose. So keep that left knee bent with the foot in toward sole of your foot touching your inner right thigh. And on an exhale, go ahead and bring your fingertips down to the mat in front of you. We're beginning to crawl forward into half butterfly, allowing your spine to round. And holding here. And begin to press yourself up. From here, we'll just take like a half wild thing pose to counter those forward folds. So with your left hand on the mat behind you, on an inhale, you're going to press up to come up onto that left knee. Circle your arm around and up. And just leaning back, gazing back for a nice back bend. Breathing in and out of your nose. And on an exhale, coming back down. And we'll take that on the other side. So starting with pigeon pose, this time on the with the right leg. Squaring your hips so that they are facing the top of the mat. Placing a prop under that right hip if you need to. Maybe on an inhale, extend up through the spine. And exhale, coming down to your forearms or all the way down to the mat. If you have a block that you want to rest your forehead on, you can do that as well. Just closing your eyes or keeping your gaze soft. Be focusing on your breath. So we're breathing slow and deep in and out of the nose. And slowly pressing up, and here, move your prop, and we're going to roll, just roll back onto that right hip, bringing the sole of that right foot in to touch the inner left thigh, fingertips down in front of you, and on an exhale, begin to crawl your fingertips forward as you round your spine down. Keeping your hips planted down to the mat. On an inhale, go ahead and begin to walk your fingertips back, press yourself up using your hands, and our half wild thing. So circle that right hand behind you. Inhale, come up onto the right knee. extending back, reaching back, gazing back at the fingertips. And exhale, bringing it down. And from here, we'll come into a reclined position. All right, so coming to your back. First, we'll begin by finding happy baby pose. So bringing your feet up. You're gonna either use your index finger and middle finger to grab onto, hook around your big toe, or you can grab the outside of the foot, whatever feels the best for you. So you're gently pulling down towards the mat. Your ankles and your knees may be aligned. You're gently pressing your lower back down towards the mat. Allowing yourself to settle into the pose. Softening your facial muscles. And on an exhale, release your feet down. And from here, we'll find our reclined butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of your feet together to touch. Just allow your knees to fall open towards each side. If this is too intense, you can bring your blocks to support your knees. Okay, just put one under each knee. Bring your arms overhead. Just allow yourself to fully soften or melt into the pose. You close your eyes or keep your gaze soft. Breathing slow and deep in and out of the nose. And just kind of swoop your arms down, float the arms down to press your legs back up. From here we'll find bridge pose. So bringing your knees over your ankles, grab your block, press your hips up, and you're gonna place your block on whichever level feels the best for you. Place it right under your lower back at your sacrum. Put your arms out to each side. Keeping your knees in line. Try to avoid allowing them to fall out, but keeping your knees up and in line with your ankles. And relaxing or softening your body as much as is possible. Softening your shoulders, your head and your neck. Pressing into your heels to remove the block. From here, we'll just take a minute and constructive rest. So bringing your feet as wide as the mat, allowing your knees to fall in towards each other with your palms down at the lower belly. Just taking a minute here, or taking a few breaths here. And we're going to be moving into Shavasana, but you can stay here if you like, if this feels better for you. Otherwise, go ahead and extend your legs out, allowing your feet to fall open. Palms facing up at each side. If you haven't already, close your eyes or keep your gaze soft. Just taking a few minutes here to allow our practice to really settle in. To allow our body a moment to just take in all the work that we just put in. Giving your hips some rest. Maybe expressing some gratitude to yourself for the work you've put in today that will benefit you in the future. Feel free to remain in Shavasana for as long as you need to. When you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Begin to make small movements and bring your awareness back to the room around you. Slowly roll over to one side and press yourself up to Sukhasana, or your cross-legged seated position. With your palms together at your heart center, we'll end our practice with the deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. Inhale. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. If you enjoyed this practice, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. See you next time.